What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another KeyForge sealed Vault Tour game. This time we're in the top 16 from Gen Con 2019. On the left we have Nathan of Tabletop Royale fame. He has a channel on Twitch. They stream lots of KeyForge in the evenings during the week. I'll drop a link to that in the description below here on YouTube. And on the right we have Dave. You can check both players' deck lists in the description below. I'll put links to them over to the Master Vaults, so you guys can check out those lists before watching the video. So pause it and go check those out. And we got a Dominator coming into play stun on Nathan's side. Obviously going Mars first turn. We have a Wild Wormhole on Dave's side. And into a Wild Wormhole. Wow. And we have a Director of ZYX who will allow him to archive the top card of his deck at the start of his next turn. We have ZYX Researcher, where he can archive the top card of the deck or discard pile. He chooses the deck. And a Titan Librarian. Now he's on the flank with a Project ZYX to the left. That guy will let him fight or reap, and then he can play a card out of his archives as if it were of the active house. So he does have the ZYX suite of creatures. Obviously, we see them all on the board here, turn one. Dave just coming out the gate hard. And interestingly, in Dave's deck, he also has a Legacy Fagin coming along with two Urchins, who are also Legacy, obviously, and a Legacy Doc Bookton. And Nathan's rocking, I see, a Life Word and Key to Disc combo, which has probably helped him propel here to the top 16. He's got an Exhume also in his disc lineup, which I like to see. So he puts a Containment Field on Project ZYX, dealing with that threat. Then he has a Harvester there on the right. Plays Mards Need Amber, just for the Amber. And we got a Mars first. Gain an Amber off that. Readies up the Dominator. Fights into the Titan Librarian. He doesn't want any more archiving happening, so he's going to start hitting those archive creatures. Still leaves a Director there, though, so that will happen. And here it is. Dave taking the top card off his deck and archiving it, thanks to the Director still being in play. So Nathan, they're both at 2 Amber, actually. And I do like Dave using the Game of Thrones the card game mat and using gold tokens from Game of Thrones the card game. Former game I used to cover on this channel. I used to play it a lot when I had a local meta. Game's kind of cooled off locally since, so here I am playing KeyForge now as my choice of lifestyle card games. So it sounds like the judge or somebody beside here correcting Nathan on his positioning of his battle line there, making sure his taunt is, you know, pushed up a little bit higher in his battle line. So we got 3 Reaps there from Hex Beyond, the Researcher, and the Librarian. Or the Director, sorry, the Director. And he is going to use a Project ZYX, which will destroy him. It's going to get a Reap off of him. He'll do his ability first, though. And he's going to bring, it looks like, a Bren the Fanatic into play, giving Nathan an Amber. And the Researcher, of course, dies, or sacrifices or destroys or whatever from the Containment Field. So now Dave's at 5 Amber. Nathan is at 3.
Alright, I'm going to say Mars. I'm going to reap with the Xantix Harvester.
And the Harvester does a Reap here. He'll get 2 Amber for that.
I'm going to play Collector Worm.
And Collector Worm on the left being protected by the taunt from the Dominator. And we got a Martian Generosity. He loses all of his Amber. Draw 2 cards for each Amber loss, so he's drawing 12 cards here. This is disgusting. But he does not have, I do not see the Mars Key Cheat, which is, I'm having a brain fart here, remember the name, but you guys know what it is. And if you haven't already checked it out, we have a bunch of tournament videos like this from Origins 2019. The Vault Tour happened a month and a half ago. We also have other games from the top 32 here at Sealed. So check those out. They're on the channel in a playlist. And we also will have more games coming up from this tournament and the Vault Tour that started the next day for Archon format at Gen Con 2019. So Dominator smashes Bren the Fanatic off the board when there is no Amber left. Nathan doing a next level play there, spending all his Amber and getting a ton of cards, destroying the Bren the Fanatic while there's no Amber in his pool for him to steal. So out of that Bren the Fanatic, Nathan was the only one that benefited from it by gaining an Amber. Got a Think Drone there on the left flank. Will allow him to archive a creature or artifact in play after it reaps, I believe, is the trigger there. So Nathan looking through his 85 card hand right now there, trying to handle it without dropping them all. And another Mars first. He has 2 in the deck.
And I'm going to ready the Harvester.
So Harvester readies up, does a reap, gets 2 amber. So it sounds like it's over to Dave. He's going to get to trigger the Director again if he remembers. Archive the top card of his deck. Looks like he forgets. And does a pound into the Dominator, dealing damage to the neighbors. But of course the armor from the Collector Worm protects him. And then we got the Shaman coming into play, dealing the damage to finish off the Harvester. And it looks like he discarded a Flex. And a barehanded. No artifacts in play, though, but he's going to get an amber off it, shoot up to 7, put himself in check. And that's going to be it. Oh, he forgot the archive at the top of his deck. He remembers now. It does have to happen. It's a passive effect, so he does do it. He didn't draw any cards, so it didn't change the top card of his deck at all. Yeah, you can't forget that Director. I've had him sit on the board in entire games. I actually had him in my deck for the Archon tournament at Gen Con, and man, the amount of games he sat on the board for 5-6 turns or more was pretty crazy. Opponents just like left him there. And archiving the top card of your deck just gets you through that deck faster, gives you options, and it's pretty awesome. All right, we got a Miasma coming here, so Dave will skip his KeyForge step next turn, and we'll sit with that 7 amber. And Lamindra comes into play, giving elusive to her neighbor. She also has elusive herself. Does have deploy, can go anywhere on the battle line. But Nathan chooses to put her to the right of the Dominator. And Whistling Darts dealing 1 to each enemy creature, gaining an amber for that. Nathan going up to 5 amber. And Nathan does not have too much to protect in his deck, so that Miasma just kind of playing the slow game. I don't see anything really that will take advantage of Dave going over 6. So Throwing Stars, he hits the Director, or sorry, the Researcher to finish him off, get an amber. And he does 1 to the Director, 1 to the Shaman. It does not kill him. He chooses not to use it on Lamindra, which I may have done. Just to get that extra amber. But he does hit the 6 mark, so, I mean, at least that's good. And we got the Director doing another archive off the top of the deck. Dave piling up an archive there. He's got at least 4 cards in there. And he's going to take the archives here and get a mitt full of cards himself.
Makes sense.
And we got the double Urchin, stealing 2. Dave's going to shoot up an amber here. But like I said, I don't see anything in the deck list for Nathan at a quick glance here that will hit him hard going over. We got a Throwing Stars on the other side. He's going to do Lamindra, Urchin, and Urchin. So he does hit himself. That's how I would use Throwing Stars. Get that extra amber. And shoots up to 12 amber on Dave's side. Wow. And a Whistling Dart, dealing 1 damage to each creature across the board, but the only one who it goes through the armor of is the Think Drone. And there's Lamindra on the other side, giving elusive to her neighbors. That's weird. She does deploy, and he chooses, I guess, the Director already has elusive, so, I mean, you don't want to put it in there. And you want Hexabion to die, so you don't want to really protect him. I mean, you're okay if Hexabion dies. Maybe you don't want him to die, but he'll let you archive him and the top card of your deck, so that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I guess protecting the Shaman makes sense, and then it puts him on the left flank, Lamindra on the left flank to make elusive for the next creature puts on the left flank. So that's kind of smart. So Dave in check with 13, I think. Nathan's still looking for his first key also, but he's only has 4 amber. Toldus goes to the discard pile. He's going Dis here. Strek on the right flank, protected by the Dominator's Taunt. And there's a Schuler on the right flank, stealing 1, now turning on Strek, who will restrict Dave's hand limit, I think, by 1, or his card draw by 1. There's the Life Ward coming in, getting an amber, putting Nathan in check with 6. And there's the key to Dis. So the combo's on the table. Barehanded has been played. Quick look at Dave's deck list here. I'm looking for other artifact control. And I do not see any. He has a couple Coward's Ends, which is interesting. Especially since Nathan's been pinging his guys with damage. That would keep them on the board. So we could see a pretty dirty Coward's End coming up here in the future. And yeah, with those Lava Ball, I think he's already played. A couple pounds in Dave's deck, so he can target his damage too. That work great with the Coward's End. We see Anguish on the right flank. No damage on him yet, but he will increase key cost if he does get damage on him. So we see Dave spending Amber there to forge a key. 6 left. So Dave picking up his archives. At check with 6 already. There's Lava Ball. Getting rid of the Dominator. Hitting Strek. And Collector Worm blocks with the armor again. But thinning out the board there on Nathan's side. Can Dave pull Nathan off a key here? They're both sitting at 6. But Dave is ahead with a key. And we see a Groggins on the right flank. Foozle on the left flank. So he's not going to drop a Coward's End, or he wouldn't be playing these bodies on the board. And obviously, he's pounding. He's throwing damage across the board. Makes sense. Doing a pound. And I think Collector Worm blocks the rest of that. Yeah, 2 armor left on the Collector Worm. We hear Nathan state there. And a 1-2 punch. Stunning Anguish. Dave at check with 8. And he's going to reap with the Shaman. Put him up to 9. And we have a KeyForge here on Nathan's side, so catches up with a key. Tied at a key each, but Dave is in check with 9. So are we going to see that key to this Life Ward combo here? Is that going to slow down Dave enough to get Nathan back into this game? And when do you do it? He does have a Caller Subordination also, which can help turn the game around, possibly grabbing the right creature, but the house crossover is only shadows. So when you Caller Subordination on an out-of-faction creature, you got to name that faction to use that creature. And also that Exhume into Ronnie Wrist Clocks. We see that combo in Nathan's deck also. That can help claw back some Amber here. And there he is. Ronnie Wrist Clocks dropping into play, stealing a couple. Doesn't get Dave off check yet.
I'm going to do this stuff first, then play Ron.
Nathan's actually going to do a take back here. He's going to do the key to this first. Pop Life Word, making creatures not come into play. Looks like Dave's okay with this. Then he's going to play Ronnie Wrist Clocks. I'm sure a lot of people in the comments are going to freak out about that take back, but yeah, I don't know. I'd probably let him do it. But it is top 16. We see a Night Forge and a Life for a Life sack there to gain an Amber, and then a Gamgee dropped in play. And Dave gets the Forge key number 2. Nathan at 4. Still behind by key here. Dave can't play creatures. He's just going to play Treasure Map. Oh, man. That is the card you want to see. Gains him 4 Amber total. Wow. Doesn't put him in check for the final key, though, but he is at 5. See Knuckles Bolton hit the board. So Gamgee does the reap. They tie, but he won't get to steal one. So they are tied at 5. Yeah, Nathan tried to do the steal, but Dave stopped him there because they would be tied. Reap happens first. And there's a Nerve Blast steal. And puts Nathan in a check, puts the damage. Since he has to damage a creature with Nerve Blast, he'll put it on Knuckles Bolton. So if Nathan gets to forge this key, we could have a game here, but he'll have to keep Dave off of a key. And Dave just grabbed his archives. If he has a blowout turn here and gets pretty high in Amber, we could see him win the game based on that. So Not Finished With You comes off the top of the deck with Merkins. So now Dave will get to go through his deck and shuffle any number of creatures he wants back into his tiny deck there after all the archiving. So whatever he puts back in, he's most likely going to see soon. Looks like he's going the Shadows route. Makes sense, makes sense. Put those Urchins in there. He's probably got Fagin in hand or knows he's going to get Fagin soon. Gets Bren the Fanatic in there. That makes sense also. Trying to line up a juicy Shadows turn. So he was tempted to go the Logos route and get all those ZYX suite back in the deck there, but I think he just did one Urchin, maybe both, and then the Bren the Fanatic, I think. I think that's all he shuffled back in. And here comes a Shadows turn from Dave. Ronnie wrist clock, stealing one. Getting Nathan off check. There's Fagin. And check with Dave for only 6, though. Nathan could possibly keep him off, but he can't use Gamgee for it, since if he reaps, he'll tie at 6 and won't be able to steal one. He's got to look through his hand, find something else, some other way of getting him off a key.
Shadows. Sorry, I'm gonna say Dis.
So Nathan's going Dis here. And he takes the Fagin. With Collar Subordination. Here's an Exhume. Sure, we're gonna see Ronnie make a play back here. Or maybe not. Could be Schuler also. Because Ronnie steals 1. So does Schuler. Schuler's a bigger body. And yep, it's Ronnie. Stealing 1. Does make a better Shadows board.
And it's your turn.
And Nathan at check with 7. Passing over to Dave here. Cutthroat Research. Just gaining an Amber. Nathan 1 shy of having 2 stolen. See a Jargoogle, which Dave does have 2 Jargoogles in his deck. Puts a card underneath them. Got the Legacy Doc book then being played. Hexbane on the left flank. And passes and check with 6. So second KeyForge here by Nathan. He's got to keep Dave off a key and try to get himself into check as soon as possible. And we could have a game here. See if he has it.
I'm gonna say Shadows.
He will be able to do it with Gamgee, I believe. He's going to name Shadows. Makes sense. And there's the Gamgee Reap and Steal. Puts him to 3. Could get to 6 just by 3 other Reaps there. He's thinking of Oubliette here. He's got an Oubliette. He's going to get the Jargoggle off the board with an Oubliette.
Yeah, but Oubliette is Jargoggle is purged.
So Jargoogle gets purged, and the card under Oubliette, the Coward's End, gets discarded. And we got an Umbra coming down. So Nathan building up the board here.
And I'm gonna reap.
And we got the 3 Reaps, putting Nathan in check. So just like that, he is now in the lead technically, putting pressure onto Dave. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a game here. Oh, we knew the Urchins were coming. And Ronnie wrist clocks. Oh, no. And 2 Ronnies in Dave's deck. I didn't catch that. Merkins fighting Umbra. Getting Umbra off the board. So there's a steal. And Ronnie reaping. Puts Dave at check with 8. Oh, that might be it for Nathan here. Does he have a way to get 3 Amber from Dave or stop him from forging? And that is it. Oh, that's it. So congrats to Dave there. Moving on to the top 8. Nathan's eliminated. Thanks to both players for playing on camera. Thanks to everyone supporting us over on Patreon. If you'd like to donate to the channel and want to support the work I do here, the link is in the description below. Thanks again for everyone who supports us. Without you, these videos wouldn't be happening. Lots more KeyForge coming up on the channel, so make sure you subscribe and hit that alarm bell button so you don't miss any. And feel free to leave some comments below and let us know what you thought of that game. Pretty awesome, eh? Thanks a lot.